Hey, welcome back to the Audio Clouds YouTube channel. My name is Royalty. You can also call me Christian. I'll accept whatever. Today is going to be the second episode in our artist review. Today we're talking about an artist named Rainey. A couple things I wanted to mention before I get into the artist review though. I want to give a big shout out to BagelNet for being a huge supporter of the show as well as help around here. He's helped me with a whole bunch of thumbnails now. He's given me a couple, ideas for what to do next and how to elevate these videos and what he would like to see as a viewer. Excuse the hair. I know I need a haircut. I was only given this hair by the Lord, so I can only do so much with it. I can't get a new head or anything. And excuse the new facial hair. It's in the middle of being worked on. So today, Rainey. He's a Dominican dude from the Bronx. I had the pleasure of meeting him through a couple friends. A couple people that I used to work with invited me out to some parties. One was a DJ, and he would DJ, parties for his friends. And and he's a dude that when you meet him and you have a couple conversations with him, he's very vibrant. He's very opinionated, but more than anything, is you can definitely tell that the man is destined for greatness because he's multi-talented. You can kind of just get this vibe from him. A couple things that he does is he has produced. He is a tattoo artist first and foremost, at least currently. He is also competitive fighting game player. He's a part of the FGC. Shout out to the Hearse Boys. He's hilarious, man. He's a comedian. If you check out his Twitter, which I will post down below, he's got a whole bunch of followers. He's done a whole bunch of skits, both from Dominican parents, anime fans, stuff like that. Like he's just really cool, man. And we like a lot of the same things, so I like a lot of his references in his music, but we'll get to that. Anyway, let me pull up my notes on him real quick. Okay, so he's got a couple albums on his SoundCloud as well as his Spotify, but I'm going to focus on three major ones, at least the three ones that are the most important in my opinion. He's got two EPs that came out in 2017, one being Free Stuff followed by More Stuff, and one in 2018 named Resurgence. So notes on him as an artist is he has a very diverse sound with his ability to sound like if he was from different parts of the world. He's got a great UK accent, a great Caribbean accent, and he speaks a couple different languages. Spanish is his most fluent next to English, like both of those are his primary languages. Some of his supplemental languages are he can definitely speak a bit of Japanese. I'm not sure how fluent. And he can definitely speak a little bit of Portuguese. Not sure how fluent. And he has a lot of influences, and you can tell throughout multiple tracks of his that he is influenced by so many things. He's influenced by video games, anime and manga. He's influenced by people around him of different cultures, clearly, because he can imitate these accents so well. You can also feel the influence of the Bronx. BX stand up. I'm born and raised in the Bronx myself, so I can definitely tell when, he's talking about parts of the Bronx or when he's mentioning parts of the Bronx. I know exactly where they are. And that also just adds a level of appreciation for him because he's an artist from my area that definitely deserves more credit than he is given currently. Not that he isn't getting good plays or anything like that, because I think for the level that he's at, he's getting excellent plays, and he's been featured in articles before and had interviews with people because his music is actually pretty damn good. Free Stuff is pretty cool. I believe it's 4 or 5 tracks, maybe 3 even. It's a good little teaser of what he's capable of doing. It's got a little bit of variety, and you do hear some pretty good bars and good subjects that are relatable, which is key, and I'll get to that later. But he followed that with More Stuff, and More Stuff is more diversity. It's talking about more parts. It's it's more spread out in terms of what influences he's talking about and what he's reaching. He's got a couple bangers on there that I could hear being played on the radio or even in somebody's car, really loud at like 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning, like driving past my window, blasting music. Um, and Then we get to my absolute favorite album, and that's Resurgence from 2018. And his Resurgence album is by far my favorite piece of work of his for a few reasons. So, as far as I can tell, it's his longest piece of work. So, it's got the most tracks on it, which provides the ability to be personal, have variety, and just hit a lot of points that he's wanted to hit. So, few things to note about the Resurgence album is it is the most complete piece of work I think he's put out. And it sounds like a studio album. It sounds like if he was signed to a major label, they brought him into a studio and worked with people to produce something that's solid and well-rounded. He has a great beat selection. All the people that he's produced or has had produced for him on here have done excellent jobs with beats, and he's done a good job selecting beats if he's had to select them. I love the voicemail interludes because I feel like they add a sense of relatability to them that not everybody's able to accomplish on albums. More than just that, because he does that in regular tracks, but the interludes provide a little glimpse into the window of his life. He was about to be a father at the time, and personally, I'm a father, so I know that time in your life can be very scary and overwhelming. So I just like it. He's got a voicemail interlude from his mother, and it sounds like interludes that I would get from my mom. It sounds like voicemails that I would get from my mom. So I just really like those. What else? He really opens up on a lot of songs, talking about, hardships with his past, whole bunch of people in one bedroom, talks about eating, eggs and rice. And that's something that I can relate to. I can relate to a lot of stuff in his music. And in terms of relatability, he's got a lot of the same influences, excuse me. And I think that's probably why I like his music more than a couple of other people that I've listened to recently. What else should I say? He's got a very smooth delivery on songs. It's almost like he was born on these tracks. You know what I mean? He's got a variety of songs as well. Some slow stuff, some upbeat stuff, some kind of singy stuff. And it's all pretty solid, man. There's one thing I like to say about certain people's albums is a good album has a song for everybody and every scenario. It's got songs that you can hear on the radio. It's got songs that are your personal favorite that you only listen to when it's just you. It's got the bangers for the clubs. It's got the dance song for the ladies. And this is definitely one of those albums. So that's all I really have to say. I would let his music speak for itself more than I've spoken for it. I would definitely give all of those 3 albums a shot, and then you can go to some of his live work and some of his other things. They're all pretty solid. He's just a great dude all around, great music, and I would definitely check him out. I'm gonna leave links down below to all his social media accounts that I can find, as well as his SoundCloud, so you can listen to his SoundCloud directly. I've also added some of his tracks to my playlist, so you can check that out as well. Yeah, so I'm going to do 2 tracks for Spotlight and 2 for Noteworthy. And that's primarily because I really feel like you should listen to everything of his. So the first track is going to be Split Part 2 from produced by Alfred English. And the reason for this is because this track shows his diversity in accents as well as rap styles. And it's a pretty nice beat as well for what he's doing. It shows his ability as a rapper. Insidious, because it's a very deep story, and you can feel like it's coming from the heart, and you appreciate it once you're done. That one's produced by Ghost Shark. So now we're gonna do the noteworthy songs. There's 2 songs that I'd like to highlight here. Achievements featuring Sam Nelly, and this song is on there because it's one of the first singing songs I heard from him, and it's good. He's got a good singing voice, and it's different because it sounds like him. Some people sound different when they sing. Some people, can't sing but try, and he definitely can sing. And this is definitely noteworthy because this is a song that isn't for everybody style-wise, but it's good and you can normally relate to the message. Second will be Split Part 1. Definitely my least favorite of the 2, but still worth a shot because it shows his diversity. Yeah. So guys, that will be all for the Rainey review. If you want to check out more of him or me, everything is going to be linked down below. Please, if at the very least, like the video, comment, and please let me know if there's anybody you guys want me to review. I'll check them out, and if I like them, they'll definitely be one of the upcoming videos because I have a whole bunch planned. You guys should see my my notes. I have about 3 to 4 other artists queued up